Hey guys, Long Haul Larry, and still hanging out up here at Tracy. She's working me like a dog. I get no comment. I thought she would be like, ha! I did absolutely nothing yesterday. I gotta do something once in a while. Yesterday, I didn't do anything. I sat on the couch all day long. I sat in lazy, but all day long, just sat on ice packs, and I'm actually feeling pretty good. But I just had a really lazy day yesterday and last night. But I did putz around with my RC cars and stuff, and I'm heading down to the RC car track. And it's Thursday night, and they have RC car racing tonight. I doubt if there's going to be a big crowd. Usually summertime indoor racetracks don't have big crowds. Usually it's a wintertime thing. But hey, I'm not looking for a big competition or not anyways, because I'm pretty rusty at this. It's been a long time since I've really raced and stuff. But I'm all set up. The track, they're running some different tires that I would think that they would be running. But and the guy who owns the track, he actually borrowed me some tires there, and he's like, these will probably work better than what you got. Because I run it like a Blue Groove dirt tires, and that's what most of the tracks I've ran on. This has a carpeted, which is kind of uncommon these days, it seems like. But they I kind of went over why they do that, to keep the dust down, because they got those CNC machines and all that stuff. But they actually run pins and stuff on their tires, which was I was kind of like, really? I wouldn't think that would hook, but I tried them and they did hook a lot more. Had a lot more traction. So I picked up a pair of tires. I've been gluing tires together and kind of organizing my pit bag and all this stuff. So I'm ready to go, and we're gonna actually head down there, and Tracy's gonna come down there too. Let's see if I can talk her into running a car. I don't know. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a couple cars with me. I'm taking my newer one, which is an Associated. It's a B6 buggy. I think they make a lot newer ones nowadays. This has been years since I bought this. But I'm also gonna take my B4 down. Sometimes the older this works better, and I didn't have a chance to run it because I wasn't able to bind my receiver. If you're an RC guy, you know what I'm talking about. It's not a big deal. It's not a very technical thing. But I'm going to see if they have a binding plug down there, because I don't have one, and see if I can bind it and make it work. If I can, then I might do some laps on that and see how that works out.
Go on its own, you are heads up racing. Go on its own.
I figured out I kept traction rolling every time I turned to the right. Ooh!
Whoa! A little bit of camber in there.
That pin is half out, so the whole arm is twisted back. Every time I turned to the right hard, she'd just torque roll over. It did it like a dozen times. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It just kept doing it, so I had to slow it down in the turns. I think I figured it out. It's not supposed to look like that. Well, I'll show you guys what happened. You can see, if I can see this wheel over here, how it's leaning. That happened in the AMA, and I was doing pretty good actually. I was moving up, but then I had a bad rollover, I had a bad crash, and the buggy just started acting really weird. And then after the race got done, I got done and I walked over and picked it up, and I was like, oh, I see what happened. So this wheel has got a little bit of camber problem, and every time that I turn right, I would turn right like this, like that, and the thing would it would roll over. It just roll over. I had to slow down so badly on the right turn, so I just started pulling wide and just letting everybody go, and I couldn't figure out what was happening, but I just started losing positions. I actually ended up finishing 5th in the A-main, which was last. But I did finish the race, and then afterwards I went and picked it up, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's just a little kingpin. It has a little set screw, and it just I hit something just right and just tweaked it and popped out. And so that arm kind of tweaked back and everything. So I just gotta get the wrenches out and fix it quick. Should be fine. But I had a lot of fun. Haven't done that in probably 4 or 5 years, and it was pretty good. It was pretty rusty. I was getting better and better as time went on and stuff. I ended up qualifying 5th, and out of 9, and so that's not terrible, and especially for not doing this for so many years. And I qualified first in B main, and I went out, and that was a fun race, and went out and took off, and I was leading the race a little bit, and I kind of screwed up, and guy got by me, and then I did a couple more screw ups, and then I was like, okay, smooth it out, and I started catching up with the guy, catching up with the leader, and as every lap I was catching him, and then we came off. I was coming right up behind him. We came off a little jump, and I kind of hit him, and I didn't mean to do that. You know, I tried not to do that stuff, and I bumped him, and he rolled over and stuff, and so I just kind of stopped, and he got righted, and I let him go, and then I chased him back down again and did a clean pass, and he actually screwed up. He was right in front of me, and he did like I did a few times. There was a tabletop jump, and he went off the side of it, and he got screwed up and had to come back around. And that was all she wrote. I kind of checked out after that, and I think I beat him. I think I had him almost a full lap. I had about 3/4 of a lap on him, and I was just constantly pulling away a little bit more. And then I did roll over. I got tied up in lap traffic, hit a lap car, and I tried to get by him, and I got caught up with him and stuff. But I was able to get back on my wheels to get going, and I was able to continue with the lead. So then that bumped me into the A main, and there was 5 of us, and I ended up taking off, and I actually passed a couple cars and got up into 3rd. I was doing pretty good. And I went off that tabletop. That tabletop's got me a little messed up. Sometimes I come off it. There's a turn right there, and I don't get quite square, and I got off, and I went into the other lane, and that's when that happened. I think as I came down on a wheel, kind of weird, and I was doing okay. I was hanging in there, and but then the 3rd place guy got by me. He took over 3rd from me, and then I was chasing him down, and I was catching him, and I was right behind 1st, 2nd place guys. And I was right with the 3rd place guy, and I was gonna get him. I was focusing on it. I was gonna try to get past him and stuff. And I came into a right turn and turned, and it just torque rolled. And I got righted, and I chased him down again, and I came into another right hand turn, boop, rolled over. I just kept doing it over and over. So then I just started slowing down a little bit on the right turns, and he got away from me, and I just kind of, I didn't want to interrupt anybody else's race. So then I just kept, when people would come up behind me, I just pull wide, let them go and stuff. I didn't want to interrupt their race and stuff. And then after the race, I picked it up, and I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'll probably be back there. I know I'm going to be down here for at least another week, so I might go back next week and race again. And I'll show you guys a couple of other classes that there was. There wasn't a lot of people there. There was only like 10 people, I think. That's summertime. It's always like that in RC indoor racing. There's usually not big crowds. Wintertime is when this really hits, and that's when you get 30 plus people and stuff. But there's about 10 people, and a few of the guys, they ran like a couple classes and stuff. So, but I'll show you guys some of the other classes. The first one was like an Outlaw class or whatever. And basically what it is a buggy just like this. You can take a buggy, but you got to run foam tires on it. So you got them on foam tires on. And I think they're running 21.5 or something like that motor. And then you have to have an Outlaw body on it. I'll show it to you guys now. And then the next one I'll show you is a what they call a bomber class. And what that is a pan car body. It's a pan car chassis. And and then it's kind of like you can run like a NASCAR body. That's what you're supposed to kind of run. I think one guy had like a little NASCAR trucker body on it. But that was pretty cool. I actually liked that class, and the reason why I did like it is because they call it a bomber class, and the reason the rules on it is you cannot turn a lap faster than 5.1, and so you actually have to turn your motor down, and if you go under 5.1 seconds on a lap, then it actually takes that lap away. There's like a noise that comes over the speaker, and it takes that lap away from that person. So if you go faster than 5.1 seconds on a lap, then you lose that lap. You go down a lap to the rest of the field. So you want to tune it in and tune how much motor you have and everything. So you're pulling like 5.12 seconds or whatever. You want to try to get as close to that as you can. And I like that. It's more just about the driving skill. You really don't need to spend a whole bunch of money on having the fanciest car and everything. And so I think that's pretty cool. And there was a guy that had a used pan car up in the store, somebody that comes in their shops or something, and he had a used pan car up there for sale, and I think I showed it on another video, and it was $100. And I told the owner, I said, message the guy and tell him $75. And he messaged him, and the guy said, yep, no problem. So I bought it. And this is a pan car, and they have foam tires. This tire is completely shot. They run foam tires on them. They're all pretty much gone. But they have that's your suspension right there for the rear, and then side to side. And you can change all the spring rates and all that stuff. And then the front is pretty much dialed in. There's not a ton of suspension that's up in the front of there. Some of them do. Some have springs. So like this right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little tiny spring right there. And you can see how that moves just a little bit. And see, this one is stiff. This one's a little softer. So But when you run pan cars, you're doing an oval track, so you're turning left. So you need it softer here, you need it harder out here so that it presses it down, so you don't get wheel lift on it. But I just picked this up, just a nice little cheap price, and I'm going to set this up for the bomber class, and I think that'd be fun, and just a little cheap way to get into it. I haven't done a pan car in probably 20 years. That's how long it's been. It's been a long time. So it's gonna be interesting. I'll show you guys that race class.
And ready to go. 4 minutes is the distance. Roll out. Hayden, Syria, Vernon, Syria. Easy and forward, easy and forward. Hayden, 518, Vernon, 527.
Always something, right?
Hayden, 86, Vernon, 532. Previous one.
Little faster. You got room. You got room.
Hayden, 522, Vernon, 527. Oh no! That puts vertical front end on TQ. Oh.
If he didn't have any room.
4 seconds left. It's that new body I told you.
Well, there you guys go. So that was my night at Freestyle RC, and it was a lot of fun. Like I said, not a huge crowd or nothing, but to tell you the truth, it was probably better for me because, hey, I'm pretty rusty at this. But I wasn't out for no big, huge competition. Just had some fun. Got to meet some interesting people and hang out and stuff. And we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably go back there and do a little bit of racing here and there. So there were some people in the comments of the video and stuff that talked about when I showed the place about that looks like a lot of fun and stuff. I'd like to get involved and everything. If you want to try to find an RC track near you, just Google it. You know, nearest RC car track, indoor track, or whatever. It's just an RC car track, and it'll show you a search result for it. And then if you're if you want to get into it, I know somebody said I'd like to get into it, but they're so expensive. I looked at them, you know, at buying one. Shop around for used ones. A lot of times at the RC stores, you know, the RC shops and stuff, there's guys like this that have the old ones and stuff that they're willing to sell, you know, and they want to move up to the next model or something. You can buy something, you know, a cheaper one, and get it started. This one here has basically nothing on it, but I have all the stuff already. I have motor and all this stuff, speed control. I have all that already. But like I have a couple buggies, you know. I mean, I would sell a buggy, you know, so I don't need all these things. So you could find people around that'll just sell them and stuff, and you can get involved in them a lot cheaper. So there you go. So if you're looking at doing that, check around. You'll find some cheap deals that you can get started in them. Tracks is pretty big actually. Like especially if off-road course, like a cheap way to get into it is like a Traxxas Slash, like a two-wheel drive Slash. You can find those things around $75, $100, everything. And a lot of people get started with them at the beginning and stuff, and they're really good, and it's actually a fun race class, and they don't break too much. And they're a fun race class just to get into and learn how to do it, and you can get into them pretty cheap. And a lot of people have them, and then they move on to a different class, and they'll turn around and sell theirs, you know. So you can find those things all over the place. So just check it out. So I hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night. So watch this here video, and if you're not, we'll certainly try that all over again tomorrow. See ya.